Hi guys, so the next question is it says it is a question on binary. It says the binary operation star on the set of R of real numbers is defined by x star y equals x plus y minus 2xy. It says to find the inverse element under star if the identity element is zero. First of all, let's establish something about identity elements and inverse and all of that. We know that when we pick a number, okay, and then we perform an operation with it, let's say operation star, with its identity, with its inverse, let's say the inverse of that x is going to be x raised to the power minus 1, we are going to be getting identity element. I'll come again. When you perform an operation of a number and its inverse, you are going to get identity element. What do I mean? Let's take 4, for example. If I perform an operation with 4, let's say an operation of addition, and its inverse, the inverse of, or the additive inverse of 4 is going to be negative 4. I'm going to be getting 0, which is the identity element for, for addition. All right. If I take 4 again and I perform a multiplication, the operation of multiplication with its inverse, what's the inverse of 4? Or the multiplicative inverse of 4? The multiplicative inverse of 4 is 1 over 4. Okay, if I perform this operation, multiplication with 4 and its inverse, I'm going to be getting 1. So 1 is the identity element of multiplication. So basically what it means is that if you perform an operation with a number and its inverse, you're going to get identity element. So that's what we're going to be doing. Now this time around, they now say the identity element is 0, which means that, so according to how binary works, we are going to be taking this x is going to be for x, this y is going to be for what? Identity element. So we just substitute this. Whenever you see x, you just put x. Whenever we see y, we just put what? X raised to the power minus 1. That's inverse of x. We just put it in the expression, and then we just equate it to e, because everything must give us an e. And according to the question, it said e is what? Is 0. All right, identity element is 0. So I'm just going to go ahead and therefore x star x raised to the power minus 1 will be equal to what? I said whenever you see x, you put x. Whenever we see y, we put what? X raised to the power minus 1, and then minus 2 x y, that's x times what? X raised to the power minus 1. All right, so, and it must be equal to 0. So let's just equate this to 0. Okay, so the next thing we do now is just what? I'll collect like terms. Okay, there's a negative here, so we have x plus, we factorize x raised to the power minus 1 out, x raised to the power minus 1, open a bracket, 1 minus 2x. All right, so we are looking for the set to find the what? Find the inverse element. We're looking for x raised to the power minus 1, this particular. So let's put x to this side. X is going to be negative, x is going to be equal to what? X raised to the power minus 1, 1 minus 2x. All right, now divide both sides by 1 minus 2x. 1 minus 2x over what? 1 minus 2x. Then 1 minus 2x cancels 1 minus 2x. So the answer is what? X raised to the minus 1, or the inverse of x equals what? Minus x all over 1 minus 2x. So that's the answer to number 3. See you in the next question.